thing that comes into our mind is X-rays, gamma rays, and those mark, radiation mark. It's natural. It's whereby all we. But is it the really radio? Is it the real radio wave? Are we talking about when it comes to mobile phone? So I'll be addressing this issue in two main aspects. One will be the scientific approach. I'll be explaining the scientific approach as to how this will, whether this is dangerous for us, and then the research approach. Because if this is a problem for us today, this should have been a problem for so many other people in this world, and they have carried out the necessary research. So I'll be quoting some research that they have done, and I'll be proving the fact. So moving ahead. Research had found out that an average person in this world is interacting with his mobile phone 150 times a day. So how many times do we interact with our own spouse or best friend? Less than this. So it has become more closer than our spouses and best friends. So 150 times a day. And it has also found out that 65% of the American adult population sleep having their mobile phone aside. So these are all proven by research. This is the source, Pew Research Center, Internet American Life. And it becomes worse when it comes to younger population. So you can see 18 to 29 age, 90% of them sleep while having their phone aside. If you go into the mobile industry growth statistics, total mobile subscriptions by the end of 2011 was 6 billion. Mind you, it's close to 7 billion the world population, and that is 86% of penetration. So this source is International Telecommunication Union. So I'm quoting all the sources so that it will be credible. And people have estimated that by 2015, the number of mobile subscriptions would exceed the number of people in this world, the population in this world. So now it's evident that mobile technology, the growth of the mobile technology is tremendous. And we can't control it because we ourselves can't live without it. So this is a small video that explains how mobile operates and this was taken from the Samsung website.
Devices such as mobile phones send and receive low-power radio signals. When making a call, signals are sent to a base station that connects the call to either the fixed line network or another base station. Base stations are placed in areas to obtain coverage and capacity. These radio signals are a form of electromagnetic energy and are part of our everyday environment. The sun is a major natural source of electromagnetic fields, while ordinary household appliances such as televisions and vacuum cleaners all generate their own fields. These fields form part of the electromagnetic spectrum known as non-ionizing energy. They are very different to the more powerful ionizing fields, such as X-rays.
Right. Now I'll take the scientific approach to prove this point. Okay. Now in the video, you saw that all devices around us emit these electromagnetic waves, radiation, from TVs to radios to computers to everything. Electricity itself is emit electromagnetic waves because it has a magnetic field around the conductor. This is the electromagnetic spectrum. All the electromagnetic waves around us and in this world are there in this electromagnetic spectrum. So starting from extremely low electromagnetic frequency, power lines, they emit electromagnetic field, computers, mobile phones comes then, cell phones, and infrared visible light. So up to this point, we know about it. And then comes the ultraviolet radiation, X-rays and gamma rays. The beautiful thing is, all the dangerous parts come into our mind as soon as we say radiation. Gamma rays, X-rays, ultraviolet radiation. Because from the small days we were taught that electromagnetic waves are dangerous. The ozone layer is protecting us from these electromagnetic waves. Those are the rays towards the right side of this ultraviolet radiation. So the frequency of the electromagnetic wave increases from left to right. So now you know what are the devices that are emitting electromagnetic waves. Practically all the electric devices, appliances emit electromagnetic waves, and how the categorization works. This is the same spectrum. Based on their characteristics, we can divide this whole electromagnetic spectrum into two categories. One is the non-ionizing radiation, non-ionizing category towards the left side. All the electric appliances, cell phones, visible light, infrared, all of those fall into this non-ionizing category. And then comes the dangerous part. Ionizing radiation, X-rays, gamma rays, and all those high energy categories falls into that part. In this ionizing radiation category, what happens is, you all probably have experienced in solar days, when you keep a magnet within around another magnet, it rotates, right? All of you all have experienced. That is because of the interaction between the fields. So, non-ionizing radiation electromagnetic waves, what they does is, in substance, every substance, it is made up of atoms, particles, ions. These are polarized. You have electrons, which are negative particles. You have protons, which are positive particles. So, when this is put into a field, electromagnetic field, and if it varies, all these particles turn. Right? Turn this way. When it varies, the rotation changes. So this rotation generates energy, that is thermal energy, that is heat. So what this non-ionizing range does is, the only capability of this is generating heat. It can burn. It doesn't have enough energy to break the bonds, affect our DNAs, because the particle of the energy of those photons are not enough to break the bonds between the atoms.